Finally, Photoshop tutorial is back. After getting so many DMs and comments, I just thought I should bring a Photoshop tutorial for all of you guys. This is me Ray from raynawaz.com, and today we are gonna create 3 design ideas inside of Photoshop, and I will explain you by a breakdown method so the video will not get lengthier. And I'm sure by the end of this video you will be confident to create your own design ideas by using this method. So without wasting any time, let's jump straight into Photoshop and get started. Alright guys, here we are in Photoshop and let's start by creating our first design. But before we start, I want to tell you one thing. We will explain you how we created these 3 design by a breakdown method, so our video will not get lengthier. So let's start. First of all, we have created this background, and how we created that, simply go over here and take a new solid layer and choose the color whatever you want to choose. All right, after that we have created this overlay. How we created that, simply create a new solid layer and choose the color whatever you want. After that, select this layer mask and press Ctrl plus I to invert the mask, and press B on your keyboard to select the brush tool and scale up the brush something like this, and paint it like this. And after that, reduce its opacity, so this overlay will be created. After that, we have this character image placed right over here. All right, and after that we have this text placed behind our character, and for the font I have used this Clash Grotesque font, so you can download this font from the link in the description. After that, we have this Wi-Fi icon which I have downloaded from the Google, so you can download this icon from the Google, or you can also download the project file of all these 3 designs from the link in the description. All right, so to match its color with our design, I simply created this hue and saturation by going over here and create this hue and saturation. And here are the properties of this hue and saturation, and here we have another Wi-Fi icon, and to match its color we have created this hue and saturation. So to apply this motion blur effect, simply select this layer and go into filter, blur, motion blur, and set the direction to somewhere around 45 and distance to somewhere around 32, then hit OK. We already have applied on our layer, so I'm not gonna apply it once again. After that, we have this gradient to place our footers over here. After that, we have these strokes. So how I created these 2 strokes, let me tell you how I created. Simply select this ellipse tool and draw a circle like so by pressing Alt and Shift on your keyboard like this, and make sure the fill is off and the stroke is on, and stroke is set to a white color. After that, increase its size to somewhere around here. After that, select this ellipse and go into layer style and add outer glow. After that, choose any color that you want. I'm gonna keep it to blue, and here are the properties that you can choose. After that, hit OK. All right, after that we have this footer right over here. All right, after that we have this lens flare, so to match its color with our design, I simply applied the same hue and saturation over here. And lastly, we have this logo over here, and this is our final design, and this is our first design. Now let's move toward our second design. All right, so here we have the same background which was in our previous design. After that, we have this product image. All right, after that we have this text which I have used the Clash Grotesque font, so you can download the font from the link in the description. After that, we have this stroke effect. All right, so let me tell you how we created this stroke effect. Simply hide it and select this bottom text and press Ctrl J to make a duplicate and place it above our product image. All right, after that go over here and keep its fill to 0%, and after that add a new layer mask and add stroke and change the stroke amount to somewhere around 1 or 2% and hit OK. All right, and this is how I created this. After that we have these two strokes which I have explained you in our previous design how I created that. All right, after that we have these two text which are the duplicates of our this stroke text. After that we have a title like this. So how I created this title, simply I select the rectangle tool and draw a shape like so, and make sure the stroke is off and fill is on and the blue color is selected. After that take the type tool and type in the text that you want. I'm gonna type game. For the font we have choose that regular clash grotesque font and place it above here and change its color to somewhere around white color. And this is how I created our title. After that we have this same footer which was in our previous design. After that we have this lens flare, turn it on and to match its color with our design color I simply created this hue and saturation. After that we have this logo, and this is the final design. Perfect. So this was our second design. Now let's move toward our third and final design. All right, so here we have the same background which was in our previous two designs, but we have another object over here which is the png of a sofa which I have downloaded from the internet, so you can download it from the link in the description. After that to match its color with our design I simply created a hue and saturation. After that we have our object placed over here. After that I created its shadow like this. So how I created that shadow, simply I select the object and press Ctrl J to make a duplicate and place it below our subject and press Ctrl T to make it transform. Right click over here, select warp and drag it something right over here. Perfect. After that click over here, select this layer, go into layer style and apply color overlay and make sure its color is set to black and hit OK. After that select this layer and go into filter, blur, motion blur, and these are the properties and hit OK. After that select this layer and go over here and create a layer mask and make sure your foreground color is black and select the brush. Reduce the size of your brush and hardness of your brush by holding Alt and right click on your mouse like this and zoom it a little bit like this and paint it to remove it something like this. Perfect. After that select this layer and create a new layer. Right click over here and make sure your soft round brush is selected and change it to something like this and paint that area to create a natural shadow. All right, after that we have these three popcorns right over here. So to give them a flying feel I just applied a motion blur and drop shadow over here. So to apply the motion blur, simply select the layer, go into filter, blur, apply a motion blur. So keep the angle to 45 and the distance to something around 30%. And after that we have applied the drop shadow. So to apply the drop shadow, simply select the layer, go into layer style and select this drop shadow, and here are the properties of a drop shadow and then hit OK. After that we have these two strokes and our title right over here, and after that we have the price. After that we have this flare. So to match its color with our design I simply applied hue and saturation, and after that we have this footer right over here, and here is the logo, and this is the final design. So that's it for today guys. I hope you have learned something new in this tutorial and you can create your own design ideas by using this method. And if you want me to bring more amazing tutorials like this for you, let me know in the comment down below and I will make more amazing tutorials, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, keep practicing, keep growing. Bye.